Hey brides! Hey, are you getting married at Chateau Cocomar? Or maybe your best friend is? If so, I have amazing advice for you. See, I posted this wedding that I did at Chateau Cocomar a few months ago, and I just loved it. And I have a few recommendations, so if you haven't seen it, just please go ahead and look through my albums, and you're gonna see Fatisha and Philip's album. And I'm gonna tell you the things you can do to help you have amazing photos, okay? I know you've heard about Boudoir Photography. Well, I like to do it before the wedding, actually on the wedding day, but before the ceremony. So we can take advantage of the beautiful bridal room. So what I did is that I told my bride to book the venue for extra hours before the wedding. And so we had plenty of time to do her boudoir session, and I loved it. So I always recommend have extra time on your wedding day for the preparation so we can take advantage of that gorgeous room. And you can see the photos right there on my post. And for the guys, I have a good advice, because in this last wedding that I did, it was so crowded. You know, the layout of the groom's room is fantastic. I love it, very artistic. But the problem is when you have too many groomsmen getting ready there. And that's the problem. I didn't have enough room to create very artistic pictures there. So what I did is I took the groom outside when he was done with his, getting ready, getting dressed part. And I did these amazing portraits, but I did them outside. So my recommendation, guys, if you have 10 groomsmen, please have them get dressed on a separate location, and then you can bring them to Chateau Cocomar already dressed. So I can use the room exclusively for you, for the groom, and we can take advantage of that amazing layout of the groom's room. And so another thing that I did in this past wedding, I did portraits at night, because my couple, they didn't have enough time during the day, because actually their ceremony was late at night, and it was in winter season. So what I did was some portraits outdoors, but at night. And the key is that you need to bring extra lights. So if you book your photographer, make sure that he or she has a lot of knowledge with flash off camera, because that's really helpful in this location, especially in Chateau Cocomar, in the indoor and outdoor. So when doing your wedding there, I'm sure you're booking the place because it is it has a fantastic look. It looks gorgeous, the architecture. So I'm sure you want to showcase that in the photos. So please make sure that your photographer has good skills in external lighting. So what I did with Fatisha and Philip, I brought them outside. I posed them in front of the venue, and I got this gorgeous wide angle shot of them. I used my external flash, and I still, even when it was at night, I was still able to get the gorgeous Chateau Cocomar in the background. Very beautiful. And so that's one good advice to tell you. Make sure that your photographer has good skills with lighting, please, using flash. Not only flash on top of the camera, but I'm talking about flash off camera. And the same thing about the reception. You see, the dance floor at Chateau Cocomar is a little tricky, because it is more located towards one side of the area. So all the guests that are towards the right side, they are far from the dance floor, they're far from the lights. So what I always do in this location is I always set on my external flashes all around the place, because that is a tricky space to have a reception though. But it's still gorgeous, right? If you know as a photographer how to handle it, it's gonna look perfect. And another thing, I love it because you have two choices for the ceremony. So my last one, there was an indoor ceremony. It was on the second floor. I'm sure you've seen it, and it looks pretty because it is all white. And you have this light coming out through the windows, which looks amazing. And so that's a very classy style, very elegant, and I loved it. But if you want to do something more fresh and with greenery in the background, you can do the outdoor space, which also looks pretty. It's just that there are two different styles. So if you're gonna do the gazebo outside, please do your ceremony during the daytime, right? And allow plenty of time after the ceremony and before the reception, so we can spend time with the two of you to do those amazing portraits that you like, and so we can take advantage of the place and take you to different locations. So you're gonna be able to see those two different styles. In my last post at Chateau Cocomar, you're gonna see the ceremony, very elegant style, indoor. And then you're gonna see another one. If you look through the post, the previous post, you're gonna see Christine and Jeffrey's wedding. That was an outdoor wedding and looks stunning, but it is a completely different style because it was an outdoor wedding. It looks more like fresh and, you know, happy. It's depending. Both look gorgeous, but it depends on your style, right? And so, well, those are my good recommendations. If you're getting married at Chateau Cocomar, you can have a look at the weddings that I've done to see what I'm talking about. And if you're getting married or your best friend is, please share this useful video. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And if you have some more questions about this, just send me a text message or comment below this video, okay? So thank you, girls. Have a happy wedding. Bye-bye.